Hello, sorry, I was just checking that we are live because it was flashing a little bit on the screen. Hello, welcome to a new week, second week of Tuition by Steph's Maths Live. Thank you for those of you who joined in last week. Thank you for joining us. If you're new, because I know we've got quite a new people joining in today, but sometimes I go a bit blah, 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 so excuse that. Anyway, new topic this week. We'll get onto that shortly. Those of you who are already here, already joining us, I have a challenge for you for this afternoon, just to get your brains ticking over before we begin. Your challenge is: can you write down, remember what the factors of 12 are? What are the factors of 12? I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Off you go. Okay, so factors of 12. Now, some of you will be thinking, oh, what's a factor? What's a factor? Not been at school for 2-3 weeks. What's a factor? I can't remember. It is easy to get factors and multiples slightly confused because they come under the same topic. A way I like to remember it is multiples is multiply, so that involves your times tables. And factors have the X factor, so they're particularly special. If you've got the X factor, there's not a lot of people that have got the X factor, so it's a smaller group of numbers, so they're quite special. So we get the number 12. I'm going to put it in the middle of my board. So factors are numbers that if you multiply those numbers together, they make 12, and it's always a pair of numbers. So the easiest one to start with is 1 and the number that you're finding the factor of. So 1 times by 12 is 12. Okay, this is called a factor spider. So you're giving the spider lots of legs by writing down what the factors are. A way to do it is go through your times tables, so then you don't miss any out. So we've done 1, let's go to 2. We know 2 is a factor of 12 because 12 is an even number. So we can put 2, and then we think, right, what do we times 2 by to make 12? And I know we're good at our times tables, so it is 6. And then we go to the next number, 3. Can you times a number by something to make 12? Can you times 3? Yes, you can. Okay. Because 3 times by 4 is 12. Now, we have written the number 4. So 4 times 3 is 12, so we've already done the number 4. 5, no. If we times 5, 12 is not in the 5 times table, so no 5. We've already got 6 here. 7, 14, no, 7 isn't one. 8, 16, no. Let's try 9, 18, no. 10, no, because we know 10, 20, 11, no, and then we finish at 12, and you can't go beyond the number that you're finding the factors of. So 12 is quite a popular one, even though it's only a small number. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 factors of 12. What I'd like you to have a go at now, in case you didn't quite get this, is can you find all the factors of 20, please? 20, 20, off you go. Factors of 20. If you want to do the spider, like me, you can do. If you want to just write them down from your times table knowledge, that's absolutely fine. While you're doing that, I'm going to get ready for the actual lesson today, our decimals lesson. Hope you all had a lovely weekend, even though it doesn't really feel like the weekend. All the days are blurring into one, but I'm wearing my happy rainbow jumper today. So I thought, let's keep it happy. Happy maths. So, okay. I'll have a go at this and then I'll do some shout outs because I can see we're already popping up. So, 20. There is my spider. Okay, factors of 20. Oh, we've got some already written down. Super. So, always start with 1 and the number that you're finding the factor of. That's really, really easy to forget. So, 1 and 20. And then again, we go up our times table. So we know 2 is, 20. We know that 2 is, because it's an even number. What do we times 2 by to make 20? It is 10. And 3 times table, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. No. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So what do we times 4 by? 5. 4 5s are 20. Now, so we've done 1, 2. We know 3 isn't. 4, 5. So now we're at 6. So 1 6 is 6, 2 6 is 12, 3 6s are 18, 4 6s are 24. No, too far. So 7, no. 8, 1 8 is 8, 2 8 is 16, 3 8 is 24. No. 9, no. 10, we've already got. 11, no, because it was 11, 22. 12, no. And that's as far as you can go, because you can see that any numbers that are bigger than any numbers that are bigger than 10, the next number goes too high. It already jumps. So, for example, 13, the next number in the 13 times table is 26, so it knows it goes too far. So we've got 1, 2, 4, 5, 20, and 10. So well done if you got that right. Okay. Do some shout outs. So hi Liam and Oliver. I know you were going to be taking part. Hi, I'm going to do it on my phone because it's easy to come up. So hi Batul. Hi Ezra and Aria. I think I'm pronouncing that. That's a nice name. Hi Hannah. Matthew in Worcestershire. That's very far away. Oh, brilliant. Love the jumper. Thank you for all the rainbows. Excellent. Hi, your first class. Ardia. Oh, thank you very much. Hi, Jacob. Hello. Oh, thank you for all your... keep shouting out and I'll do as many as possible. Brilliant. Right. Decimals. If you weren't here with me last week, we were looking at whole numbers and we were doing the place value. We were adding them, subtracting them, multiplying them, dividing them, and then doing word problems, but they were always whole numbers. Today and tomorrow and Wednesday, we're going to be looking at decimals, decimal numbers. It'll involve some whole numbers as well, but obviously, as I said last week, we use calculation in everything that we do in life. And a lot of those calculations will involve decimal numbers. For example, money, because you might have £1.25 and your sister might have £1.50. You say, right, let's put our money together and we're going to go to the shop. So you need to be able to add not just the pounds, but the pence as well. So it goes into decimal numbers. So I have my place value chart here. I know it's quite hard to read from your side, but I've done it in colours, so hopefully it'll stand out. So hundreds, tens, ones or units. Those are whole numbers. I've just gone up to hundreds. I'm not going to go up to thousands. So hundreds, tens, ones. We know that. We know the whole numbers. You've known that since you're in Key Stage 1. I'm going to put a big decimal place up there. And then we go into our decimals. Now, when I'm talking about decimals, I like to pretend that I am a snake. Okay? And why I like to pretend that I am a snake when I'm talking about decimals is because they end in th. So it goes after 1, we have our decimal place, and it goes to tenths. Now it's quite odd, the first decimal, because it doesn't have units or ones. It just jumps straight to tenths. So try to remember that. I can't really explain why that is, but that's just the way it is. So we go hundreds, tens, ones, our decimal point, and then tenths. And then we carry on. Hundredths and thousandths. So when you're thinking about decimal numbers, pretend you are a snake. So I might write a number. I'm going to think of a number. So 327. 327, that is my whole number. We've got 300s, we've got 2 10s, which is 20, we've got 1 7, which is 7. That's easy to partition, easy to break up. And then we've got our decimal point. Okay? I'm going to do 327.860. 860. Okay. So what the 8 means is 8 tenths. Okay? 8 tenths. And we write that, it's 8 here, but what it looks like, if I put an arrow down, you can still see, that is 0.8. So if you were asked to partition it, rather than it being 300s, which is 300, 2 10s, which is 20, and 7 1s, which is 7, 8 tenths looks like 0.8. So if I said to you now, can you write 8 tenths? As a decimal, you would write 0.8. Our hundredths, there's 6 hundredths in this column. So this, if I said, right, can you write 6 hundredths? Now, remember, hundredths, snake, you would write 0.06. Okay, 0.06. And right now, I've got no thousands. But I'm going to challenge you. Can you now either write or say out loud or explain out loud, if I changed that 0 to a 9, what would that look like? So I'm going to say 9 thousandths. What would that look like if I just asked you to write 9 thousandths as a decimal in digit form? Have a go, and I'll have a look and see who can write it up. Wow, there's so many comments. Gosh. Hi, Kaylin from Cannock. Oh, near Birmingham, I know where that is. Hi, Ava. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joshua, near Coventry. Hi, Max and Ellie. Welcome to your first lesson. Lucia from Marble Bridge. Tell me where Marble Bridge is, Lucia. I don't know. Essex. Hi, Catherine. Brilliant. Hi, Katie. Hi, Maya from Kent. Thank you, Yasmin and Lena. Manchester, not very far away. If those of you who don't know, I'm in a little village near Chorley. I hope if you know where Chorley is, in Lancashire. So, brilliant. Isla, Florence, and Esther from Newton Willows. That's not too far from me as well. Super. Oh, we've got some answers. Lucia, let's have a go. Anybody else? Let's have a look. Oh, no, they're all coming up now. Brilliant. So, if in our thousands, if 8 tenths is 0.8 and 6 hundredths is 0.06, then 9 thousandths would look like 0.0009. So well done if you got that. 0.009. Right. So I'm going to go to the 3 questions, the 3 challenge questions I gave you this morning. For those of you that are new, I will do this actually all together. For those of you new, at about 10 o'clock every morning before the lesson, I post on my page 3 challenge questions. They differentiate. So first one is quite easy. It's normally for about early key stage 2, late key stage 1, and then each one gets a little bit harder. So the third one, I'm trying to press those year 5 and year 6s, but you can have a go whatever age you are. So I put those up, you have a go at them, and normally I just put the answers. And then you can correct or check it yourself. But today we'll have a look at the full questions. So I'm going to get my book where it is. So the first question was, circle the hundredths digit in this number. So the number is 0 0.382. So I've put it on my place value chart, 0.382. And I asked you to circle the hundredths digit. So the 0 is our ones or our units. We don't have any of those. Then we've got our decimal point. And then remember, when we go into decimals, we don't have ones or units. We jump straight to the tenths, and then we go to the hundredths, and then we go to the thousandths. So if we're looking for what the hundredths is, it is the 8. So if you circle the 8, fantastic. The second question is, what place value does 5 have in 3.51? So it asks you to focus on the 5 and what place value does it have? And you can have 2 answers for this. You can either have said 5 tenths. So you're writing in words 5 tenths, or you could have put 0.5. I'd always put the second one as long as you understand that 0.5 is 5 tenths. Brilliant. And the last one, oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is definitely one where you get higher up in Key Stage 2, Year 5, definitely Year 6, and it can catch a lot of people out. So if you're in Year 3 and Year 4 and even Year 5, definitely keep an eye out for this one. You might surprise a teacher by getting it right in the near future. So the question is, which of these numbers is bigger? Which of these numbers is bigger? The first number is 1.099. Okay, and the second number is 1.2. Now, I'm going to give a minute, especially those people that are only just joining us and haven't seen the challenge questions. I'm going to give you a minute. We're going to have a look, because my phone, I can see, is constantly buzzing. Okay. Hi, Joe near Cambridge. Oh, brilliant. Well done, Joe. Well done, Josh. Sharia, well done. Thank you for joining us. Hello, John. I can see John's watching. Hello. Oh, thank you for my jumper. Yeah, this is my favourite jumper. Okay. Oh, right, we've got some answers. Joe's got an answer. Anybody else? I know it's a trick. It's a tricky one. It's a trick one, this one. It's a trick one. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I can see that most people are getting it. So we're looking for the biggest number. And it can catch you out, this, because we might say, well, it must be the first one. It has to be the first number, because the first number has 1, 2, 3, 4 digits. I can see that it's a bigger number. It looks bigger and it has more digits. But it's not the biggest number. And the reason why it's not the biggest number is because we have to compare the place values as we go along. So they both have 1, 1. So they both have the same amount of whole numbers. So that makes them the same at this point. But then when we go to the tenths, the top number doesn't have any tenths at all. Whereas the second number has 2 tenths. So 2 tenths is all the tenths are bigger than the hundredths and the thousands. So because there's none here and there's 2 there, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter at all, because this number is already bigger. So you can see, if I cross that out, it's quite clear that the 2 is bigger than the 0. Don't worry if you didn't get that right, because like I say, that can definitely creep into the Year 6 curriculum and catch some people out. So there's definitely one to remember. Okay, so I'm going to go on to some challenge questions now. So let's have a look. Which digit is in the tenths place in this one? And I'm not actually going to use the place value chart. I'll use it as my answer. So I've got 37.82. And I'd like you to tell me, or write down, which number, digit means number, which digit is in the tenths place. Let's have a look. Oh, wow, there's some people. Yes, well done, Joe. Well done, Josh. Well done, Jacob, Matthew, Adia, Kaylin. Brilliant. Hi, Kieran. Nice to join us. Thank you, Florence. Well done, Hannah. Oh, Joe's got an answer. Joe's very quick at putting an answer. Okay. Come on, Liam and Oliver. I bet you know the answers. Okay. Hi, Esther. Okay, so I asked you which digit is in the tenths. So if I move the number back up here, we've got 3 tens. We'll use a different colour pen so it's a bit clearer. We've got 3 tens, which is 30. We've got 7 ones, which is just 7. And we've got 8 tenths. There's our decimal point. 8 tenths, now which would be 0.8. And we've got 2 hundredths, which would be 0.02. So it is the 8, which is the tenths digit, Okay, ready for another one? It's good practice this, especially leading up to the next few days when we're doing some calculations involving decimals. Okay, what place value does 2, so you're going to be focusing on the number 2 in this question. What place value does 2 have in 138.042? I put that on the side on purpose so it doesn't line up with the place value board. So it's 2. What place value, if you can write it in numbers, what place value does the 2 have in 138.042? Oh, well done, Ellie. Oh, I like the big thumbs up smiley emoji. That's brilliant. Super. Yes, well done, Jacob. Sorry, some of these, I say, those of you joining us, I know a lot of them come up on messages as well. I can't see those, but during the live feed. So, sorry if you do send me an inbox, but yeah, Shaz. Oh, we got Joe. Joe again. Joe's so quick. Jacob. Ooh. Millie, well done. Oh, yes, okay. So, the 2. So, the 1 is, we know this is 138. We can block this off as our whole number. So that's 138. So now we're going into our decimal. So remember, we skip the units. We don't have units and decimals. So we go to the tenths, then we go to the hundredths, and then we go to the thousandths. So the 2, it's 2 thousandths, which looks like, we'll put it down here, 0.002. We need those zeros to be in there because 0 is a very important number. Even though it doesn't have any actual numerical value, it is a placeholder. Because if those zeros were there after that decimal, it would just be 0.2, which is completely the wrong number. So even though 0 has no numerical value, you need to, don't ignore it. Don't ignore the 0. Okay, ready for another question. This is going into tomorrow a little bit. Okay, really keeping that brain ticking over. So here's a number. 15.28. 15.28. I'd like you to, first of all, try and find the tenths digit. You don't need to write it down. Just see if you can spot, say it out loud. Which is the tenths digit? Where is the tenths digit? And then when you found the tenths digit, I would like you to add 6 tenths. Okay, so look at the whole number, find the tenths, and I'd like you to add another 6 tenths to that number And let's see what the new number becomes. So it's 15.28, and you're going to add 6/10 to that number. Have a go. Gosh. Well done, Ellie. Brilliant. Miriam, can you say what the name of your child is that's taking part? Sorry, because sometimes when I know it's on the adults Facebook account, obviously, but if you can say who it is, I can give them a specific shout out to your child. Well done, Josh. Oh, super. Isla, Kieran, Lucia, Kaylin. Brilliant. Okay. Now then, Jacob, have a look at the tenths that we've already got, and then I want you to add 6/10 to that. If I can give you a little clue, okay? Good try with the answer, but if you look at how many tenths we have now, and we're going to add 6/10 onto there, okay? Okay, I can see it coming up. So this is the tenths column. So the first thing you need to do is spot the tenths, okay? And we're going to add 6/10. So you're actually adding 6 to the tenths column. Or what you can do is add 0.6. Okay, doesn't matter which way you'll do it. We'll do that tomorrow a bit more because we're going to be adding and subtracting decimals. So if we get rid of that 2 and we add 6 to the 2, 6 plus 2 is 8. So the new number is 15.88. Okay, so now we have 8/10. Okay, oh, it's the last question already. Wow, this lesson's flown by. Okay. Oh, I can't write for this one. I have to keep my pens held because this is where you've got to listen. It's a mental problem. I will say it a few times to help you. And it's a sort of work backwards mental problem. So you're going to write down the number that I say out loud to you. You can obviously make notes and then try and find the full answer. So I write down a number which has 8 hundredths. So that's the first thing it needs to have. 8 hundredths. It has 5 ones. 5 ones. It has 3 tenths. 3 tenths. It has no tens at all. And it has 100. It's 100. So I'll do that again. So this number has 8 hundredths. 8 hundredths. It has 5 ones. 5 ones. It has 3 tenths. 3 tenths. It has no tens at all, and it has 100. So see if you can put all those place values together that I've said out loud to form a number, okay? I read out 5 digits, so it should be a 5-digit number, and there will be a decimal point in there. I can see my phone flashing. Okay. Oh, Jade's got an answer. Matthew's got an answer. Jade's got an answer. Hi, Jade. Oh, thank you, Juliet. Oh, welcome, Jade. Thank you for joining in. Kieran's got one. Okay. And this is a tricky one. This is kind of a year 6 question. Kaylin. Joe. Brilliant. Fantastic. Give you 20 more seconds. I love doing shout outs. It's brilliant having you all joining in. Oh, got some more. Lucia. Hannah. Brilliant. Right. So we've got hundreds, ones, tenths, tens, and hundreds. I made this a bit tricky because I didn't read out the place values in order. I mixed them up. Okay. So you knew straight away that I started with hundreds. Sorry. So that was going to be in there. So if I use the place value column, I'm going to have my decimal point in the middle. And I said there were 800. 800ths. Okay. If you wanted to, you could have put zeros in that place to structure it. So I think a few of you might have gone, right, 0, 0, 0, 800ths, right. There are 5 ones. So the 5 comes just before the decimal point. What a funny looking number we have so far. Something, something, 5, something, something, 8. We have 3 tenths. 3 tenths, that comes just after the decimal point. So far we have 5.38. Well done if you've got that so far. We have no tens. No tens. So I put that in. Okay. And then we've got 1. Was it 100? Or was it 1,000? 100. So our answer was 105.38. Let's have a look. Oh, well done. Yeah. Brilliant. Well done, Joshua. Lily Rose, fantastic. Flossie. Oh, hi, Flossie. No, thank you for joining us again. Brilliant. Right. Hi, Lindsay. Hello. Right. That is the end of the lesson, which just seems crazy. It's absolutely flown by. Thank you for joining in. Those of you who want a bigger challenge, straight after I put end live video, I'm going to put up an extra challenge on the page. So stick around if you want to have a go at that. It'll be definitely a good challenge. Join me again tomorrow and the rest of this week. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at decimals again, and we're going to be trying to add and subtract them. So it's not too much harder than doing whole numbers, but I obviously want to show you the technique. When you have decimals, sometimes it can be a bit more intimidating adding and subtracting with decimals than it is with whole numbers. And I've got something special that's happening first thing tomorrow morning that I'll be putting on my page. So parents, hello, this is where I get parents. Have a look on my page later this afternoon, and I'm going to put something quite special up. Okay. Have a good rest of the day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.